Hello everyone, in today's video we will be looking at Anakin Skywalker from Ahsoka from the vintage collection. So first of all, that image on there, I really like that. I'm pretty sure that's taken straight from the show, and yeah, that's just an awesome image. Seeing Hayden back as Anakin is always great. So yeah, first sort of little look at the figure in there, and it's looking okay. I like the body. The body is looking pretty spot on. That face though, for me, something is a little bit off about it. I'm not quite sure what it is just yet without looking up close, but yeah, it's a little bit odd. There's the back there, VC347. So yeah, let's get this opened up. Okay, so straight off of the card, here is the figure, and yeah, the body is looking pretty good, although yeah, there it is. There's a little paint defect. I did sort of see it in the box, but I didn't want to jump straight on it in case it wasn't. But yeah, that's rubbish, isn't it? It's right there where you can see it. It's a little mark now. Oh, it's just so annoying. Every single figure lately. So yeah, that's annoying, but I don't know. Yeah, the sculpt itself is pretty great. You know, I think it's all pretty spot on. Yeah, I probably would have loved this figure as a kid, like playing with this. This is a nice, it just feels and looks nice. Apart from that little spot there that hasn't been painted, it's all pretty spot on. The soft goods are quite nice. I have got the older Anakin from the Clone Wars here, which I'll do a little comparison with, because like that's billowing out everywhere, like the little tassel, whereas this one on the newer one is more sort of tucked in a little bit, which is nice. I think that fits quite well. The belt's different. Yeah, I just noticed the face on this one. I always quite liked this figure. I thought it was decent. I don't know if it's just because I love the Clone Wars and I liked Anakin, but yeah, looking at that face, he looks a little bit scary there. Yeah, there's something off about this though. I am really not sure if I'm a fan of this at all. I don't think that looks like Hayden at all, to be honest. A lot of the figures lately have been really spot on and great with the face sculpts. I don't think this is one of them, which is a shame. Yeah, side by side, that's not great, because that doesn't particularly look like him either. That's a bit extreme. But something I will say for this, the color on this is pretty accurate, I think. It's like a sort of a brown color, which is, you know, the color of his hair. This is blonde, and yeah, I'm just really, and he's got no, I've just noticed he's got no scar. Like, obviously that's where the scar, he's got nothing. So yeah, I don't really look at a lot of stuff, you know, like sort of commentary around these figures when they come out. So I don't know if that's a defect on mine, or whether they've just not given him a scar. I don't know why you wouldn't, because it's, you know, yeah. He's meant to have the scar, so I don't know why he doesn't. Maybe it's just mine, maybe it's a thing with all of them. If it's the latter, that's a bit rubbish. You know who he looks like? He looks a bit like, what's his name from Harry Potter, from the second one. I don't know why I've got like Lockhart in my head. The sort of like the goofy teacher who's a bit rubbish at everything. He kind of looks like him. He's got this kind of blonde sort of hair, this sort of smooth baby face. He kind of looks a bit, I'm just getting vibes of that. So yeah, I'm not overly impressed. I was kind of looking forward to this figure because it was the highlight of the show for me, was him showing up. I love Anakin, obviously. And yeah, it's a little bit of a letdown. The face sculpt, I think, is what you're sort of drawn to. So I could even overlook that little missed paint spot by there, but then the face is, it doesn't look like him, in my opinion. It doesn't look great. It almost looks like it's from a different line of figures. Don't get me wrong, it's not bad, but it's not, I don't think it's Hayden or Anakin. So yeah, but articulation is pretty great. Like that's pretty solid there. I like that. Yeah, so that's all great. And like I said, the body itself is pretty spot on. So I'll give it that, but the face just isn't it for me. I don't know if anyone else is or any better. If you've got this figure, I know he's been out a little while now, I think. Let me know. But yeah, not doing it for me. Here's the lightsaber hilt here. The little pegs, we can stick that on his belt, which is, I'm just looking, yeah, is a plus on the old one, because you couldn't do that. Never understood that, but you can with this one. And here is his lightsaber, which all looks pretty good. Little mark there, which is annoying, but it's fine. So yeah, we'll get him set up and do some final thoughts. So some quick final thoughts on this figure. He's not a complete disappointment. It is a little bit disappointing though. It's not a bad figure by any means, but it's Anakin. It's one of the biggest, if not the biggest character in Star Wars. And so yeah, with these little things, I mean, he's got a little sort of paint defect on mine, which sort of triggers me a little bit. A lot of people might not be too bothered about that. It might be an easy fix. It's quite a sort of dull grey colour that it's on. So, but it's not the point. It shouldn't be happening. If the price is going to go up, quality's got to, you know, carry through. And just lately, I'm not sure if it is. But the biggest thing for me is that face sculpt. He looks very childlike. He's got a baby face. It's way too smooth. He's meant to be Anakin during the Clone Wars, looking a bit, at least I'll say that for the other one, although it is a bit dramatic. His face almost looks, looks a little bit scary, like he's in a war zone supposedly at this point, and he's just so baby faced. And I think if he had the scar, which I've looked into, and apparently none of these have the scar, so I don't know how you can get that so wrong. How could you not add the scar? He has it at that point. It's part of his character. It's like, why is that not there? Why are we missing these things? The hair color is off as well. Like I said, especially if he's sort of jumping around in a war zone and that, he just looks way too clean. It doesn't look like Hayden, and it's a shame. So I don't mean to sound too negative. I'm noticing a bit of a theme in recent videos. I'm probably sounding like a bit of a Debbie Downer, but yeah, it's just not, I don't know. We've had some great figures in recent years, and the face sculpt has oftentimes been the highlight. They can get it so spot on these days, it's scary. But with this, I think it's a miss for me. So yeah, a little bit disappointing, but it is what it is. I'm not buying the 3-pack because I've already got Vader's and stuff. It looked cool. It does look cool, but I can't buy all the sets, and I don't want more Anakins and more Darth Vaders. So they'll probably be better quality. That's usually the way it is lately. I think I buy the wrong ones, but yeah. So a little bit disappointing, but that's the way it goes sometimes. So thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts, if you agree with me, if I was off about certain things, or if I missed certain things. I know sometimes I get distracted on those other little bits. Maybe I missed something. But just let me know your thoughts. And just, yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.